Hello everyone. In early 2020, we were fortunate enough to take a team to Botswana with Children of Promise, and it was an incredible trip. When we are traveling to a new place, I love researching that country and the history beforehand. Botswana is a very unique place in the world. A large country right in the middle of southern part of the African continent, it's flanked on one side by the Kalahari Desert, one of the harshest places on the earth. However, in the north is the Okavango Delta, a very special and unique body of water, so large it's observable from space, yes. Each year that water makes its way down from the north in Angola and brings life to the region where our friends live. The importance of the delta cannot be overstated. The Botswanan currency is actually called pula, or translated rainwater. Brings a whole new meaning to making it rain when you got some extra cash on hand. This brings me to the front yard of our place we were staying in Maun. Online, there are these amazing views of the Thamalikani River and even hippo in the water. But that's not when we saw it when we arrived. It was dry, bone dry. In fact, we were all really confused because the locals were using it as a road and we wondered where the river even was. We happened to be visiting during a time of drought throughout the region. The river was dry now, been dry for months. People worried, people were waiting for the delta to open the floodgates. So this brings me to the trees, giant acacia trees on the property. Each morning we would go for a walk around it and pray for our daily time ministering with our local friends. This tree wasn't dead, it was thriving. But how? Everything was dry, everyone was waiting. So let's talk about roots. Colossians 2:7 says, "Let your roots grow down into Him, that is Christ, and let your lives be built on Him. Then your faith will grow strong in truth as you were taught, and you will overflow with thankfulness." Here the author is speaking of the deeper level that Christ is always speaking of, something hidden away, forgotten, like a massive river still flowing to those who can see it. Cynthia Bourgeault calls this mystical hope. It's a different from circumstantial hope, a hope that depends on outside forces. Getting back to normal is not a concern of this kind of hope. This deeper hope comes from the Imago Dei in each of us, available to all who choose to see it. There's nothing you can do to change or alter it. The greatest risk is that you may misplace it. There is a river of life available to you from the start. You cannot stop its love, only choose not to acknowledge it. How will you re-see or rediscover this river? How will you allow it to nourish you even in times of great drought, pandemic, and bad news? When you capture the power of the source, there is almost nothing that can deter you because you have tapped into the fabric of our universe, which is love. Peace to you and yours as you choose love, even in this season of worrying and waiting.